Alright everybody, welcome back to RockCrawlinJeeps. First time spring episode. It's beautiful outside, it's like 45, but it feels like 70 because, well, it's been cold winter. So today, we're going to do a couple of things. Ditch this ARB off the front of mine, because I can't run a Curry anti-rock with it. And we're going to swap it out for those Hansons we've got. And then this ARB and Tomken combo that's on mine, winch included, is going to go on Purple ZJ. So Purple ZJ is going to have the bumper package off of my Overland ZJ here. And, well, let's get started on that. Oh, that's why I hate mud. We're getting our last bolt out here on this ARB in terms of separating the bumper from the bumper brackets. And, in the interest of not having this thing fall on my face, we went ahead and stuck 2 extensions in the holes just to keep it up there. And then this cooler hanging down is my transmission cooler that was mounted to the underside of the ARB on that little mesh bit there to keep it out of harm's way. Got all of our bolts unhooked, all of our connectors for our marker lights and things like that unhooked. And well, now it's time to yank this thing off. So see if I can get it one-handed. So there we go. ARB's off. It's been quite so many years since I've seen it like this, so pretty cool to look at it and see what's next for it. So it's always changing, you know. Jeeps are never done. Alright, so got our final bolts and then our in the frame bits out. So no more ARB. It's gonna find its new home here in a few minutes, and well, then we get to see what that Hansen looks like on this one. We should be able to pull it in and straighten it up. So, no big deal.
What'd you do there, Zach?
Just a little crescent wrench straightening. Bumper bracket was just a little tweaked. We're putting these bumper brackets on, and the one thing I'll definitely say to anybody doing this, make sure you use grade 8 hardware. You don't really realize the forces that are applied on these bumpers when, you know, you're getting recovered or yanking on it, or even, you know, just moving stuff around with it. There's quite a bit of force put on these things, and you definitely don't want to just skimp on the hardware. So make sure to spend the extra few bucks, get grade 8. Wasn't really planning on painting it, but I also can't not paint it. You know, it's 15 minutes. It'll look fantastic when we're done. So we're gonna go ahead and get this thing prepped and cleaned up, and then we'll shoot a few coats of Rust-Oleum on it for now. And then I do plan to get it powder coated once I make a winch protection bar. Not a stinger, just a bar to protect the winch in case of rocks or anything like that. So we're gonna get her cleaned up. We're gonna get to painting.
Oh, he does do something, huh? You got proof. He does.
Yeah, I got proof that Dylan does stuff. Normally he just sits there and watches me with a camera in his hand.
Well, I don't blame him.
It's technically his job.
There's no room for him anyway. You're too big. Take up too much room.
Not wrong. Just trying to make this thing look presentable, really.
All right, so what are we doing, Zach?
Attempting to put a winch in this bumper. We're gonna see if I can make it happen. These nuts that came with our Fairlead kit aren't the best for this Warren, and I don't have the standard captured nuts that we're all used to. So we're gonna try and make it happen. I don't think it gets much sexier than this. Look at that. Fresh Hanson bumper, painted up, freshened up Warren, brand new jam rigging line. Thank you so much to Summit Machine for letting me come to your house on a Saturday night and get a fair lead because my dumbass forgot to order one. So thanks so much. Hopefully I'll swap it out for one with your logo here soon, but thanks for getting me taken care of on this one. Next up, tell me in the comments, what winch hook should we get? Should we go with Warren's, Factory 55? Who else is out there? Tell us what we should get. I still need one, so let me know. Okay, hold on. Got it? Yep. Hold it. Like, don't bring it in because I got to get this cable out. May have gone a little excessive on this cable.
Yeah, I think 2 gauge might have been a bit of overkill.
Well, I'd rather over than under, if we're all being honest. Then I don't have to worry about it at all. Just finishing up the routing on my rigids here, but Hanson bumper is on. It was a bit of a fight. We had to make sure everything got aligned pretty well, and as you can see, it fit phenomenally. Just got a couple things left to wrap up here, and I do want to catch this because I've had a couple of questions about this. So I run a transmission cooler separate of my radiator and AC condenser because there's been known documented cases of people having contamination and crossover if the coolers break, and on a really hot summer's day you get a lot of combined heat soak. So I've chosen to run an external cooler. I also run an auxiliary pusher fan for my condenser because, well, I like cold air conditioning. And then underneath here, tucked up in there, I have an external power steering cooler as well. And that gets protected by that expanded metal there. So all the coolers in the world, keeps everything nice and happy on the trails, but we got a refurbished Warren, our jam rigging line, some rigid dualies. This thing's just gonna look phenomenal. And then we're even gonna do this on there as well. So we've got 2 spot and 2 flood. So we're gonna take it and mount another one right there. So we'll have all the lumens. And yes, I have a locker, so I'm allowed to have these.
Bumper is now on the Jeep. We're gonna go ahead and put this tranny cooler shield back on. However, with the Hanson bumper, we do have to take about an inch and a half off of it. So I'm going to go ahead and zippy that off real quick.
There we go. Getting our little power steering cooler shield, if you will, put back in. Probably throw a fresh coat of paint on it once we're all done. We got this one painted up, installed. Everything's beautiful. It's clean. That one still looks like crap. So we got to go get some spray paint. We only had 1 can, and well, let's go get some spray paint. We do have a parts runner. You want to turn on the air conditioning? It's the way to be. I cannot wait to do what I want to do to this truck. So, lowered, cam, intake, exhaust, maybe fuel injection if I can spring it. If not, I have a bigger 750 carburetor sitting on the shelf for it. We're gonna do some cool stuff with this truck. I cannot wait to show you guys what I want to do with it. Make sure you get the cool details, like the rag keeping the door panel from rattling. It's custom, like just these little bits and pieces. Like I'm not going to take that stuff out. It's got an old gooseneck plate in it and somebody like welded together. It all stays. Got what we came for. Now let's go get some lunch. Getting them Hansons looking proper.
Only the best Rust-Oleum for them.
Oh yeah. $5 at Lowe's. Now that we've got the Hanson installed on my Jeep, we're going to go ahead and get the ARB installed on this Jeep. And some of you know we already had one on here, but it wasn't the best. It had some dents and some dings and didn't have the marker lights, and you know, it had just kind of seen better days. So I decided to go ahead and sell mine, or sell the ones on this one, and put mine on this one instead. So we're just gonna swap over a little bit better quality ARB instead of the one that was on it.
And it also has a winch, which the old one didn't.
Yeah, and we've got an Ingo 10,000S on there as well. So we've a few upgrades. You know, it's got the hello lights on it, and I didn't include my rigids. Sorry, Clint, you don't get those. We're cutting an opening because on the ARB, when you mount a winch, you have to be able to turn your knob. And in order to be able to turn the knob to engage and disengage the winch, you have to cut out some of this front cross member. Not a huge deal. We're gonna actually open it up from what it was on my Jeep to something like this on this Jeep. And that'll give us plenty of room to get our hand in there, turn that lever, and engage the winch. So now we're gonna get to cutting. All right, so we got our hole cut, and well, now we're going to throw that ARB on. So we're just marking this header panel out, and we're also marking our grill, because we're going to have to do a little bit of trimming, just to make everything fit nice and tight how it should. So we are going to try and make it look as nice as we can, but we do have to cut just a little bit out of this. But nature of the beast. Got our grill all trimmed up. That's what we had to take out of it. Good news is I have a spare in the corner just in case I really screwed up. But now we're just going to slip this back in here. Bam, can't even tell. The control pack for the winch basically hides everything we've cut, so nice and easy. We don't have to worry about chafing on our lines, our electrical connections, or any of that stuff. Be good to go. So now we're just going to put this back together and then go swap out the other bumpers. And off it comes.
Sometimes you have to improvise when the trunk won't open.
Trunk? This ain't no Honda.
Hatch, whatever.
It's alright, mine opens, but we're gangster and you gotta use vice grips to hold it up. So, we got this about ready to come off. So this bumper is pretty much ready to be transplanted onto here. But first, we gotta lower this fuel tank, ditch that hitch, and fix a fuel leak. So we're gonna get started on first getting this off my Jeep, getting that on my Jeep. We'll set that to the side, fix that real quick, and toss it on.
Works for me.
Rear bumper's off. We got it pulled off. It's hanging out in there now. And now we got to put that new one on. So I'm going to go ahead and set that new one in there and see what happens. All right, we got it done. What a pain in the ass. I absolutely love the way this bumper looks. I absolutely hate installing it. It's a combination of, this one's a used one. It came from Colorado. It had a bit of rust, and we had to chase and tap some of the stuff, and we're having problems with things trying to cross thread, and we had to like drill out and open up some holes, and I don't have a burr tool here to like easily open up holes. Huge pain in the ass, but totally worth it. Looks amazing. We got the front done too. Like, the whole look of this Jeep has changed. And I think it changed way for the better. I mean, way different. We still have to move this charcoal canister here out of the way. There's a reroute for that into the engine bay. Shouldn't be too terribly difficult to take care of. So we'll get that taken care of. We got our training cooler, or actually, this is my power steering cooler. Nice and tucked up right in there, protected and safe. Our rebuilt Warren is on. And here, hopefully in the next month, we can do a wiring video, and we'll wire up my switch panel with all the relays and fuses from that. I think it's a 5 relay panel that I've got. But we'll go through that, and we'll show you guys how to like wire that up and how to take care of those switches and stuff and make it look real nice and professional. I'm stoked, man. Still have a lot to do on that though. That's coming. So we'll show you guys. Maybe we'll leave a comment about like what our next projects are going to be, what we plan on doing. That way you guys can kind of give us some input as to what you want to see first. This TJ is super well built. It just needs some love. You know, it's old, just like this one. They all need love. I think this one's probably got like 10 years on mine though.
Yeah, it's a 99.
99? Okay, so you got 6 years on me. But yeah, I mean, I'm super happy with where we're at. For the rest of the day, really, all we're going to do is, number one, go eat some really good food. Because we're both kind of at that point in the day. But that's there. We're going to get the hitch taken off of this. Maybe look into the fuel problem that's there. See how easy that's going to be to fix. If it's a huge pain in the ass, it can wait. And then we're just going to get that rear bumper tossed on. We said we were going to put that Tomken on, but first we had to fix a fuel leak. As you can see, it is an utter mess under here. Somebody has taken this thing, mudding and all sorts of crap, and there's a whole bunch of dirt up here that is just completely soaked in gasoline. So I think what we're going to go ahead and do, since we're already here, I'm going to order up a new fuel pump, new lines, new fuel filter. I'm just going to replace everything. There's no sense in leaving this disgusting crap here. It's maybe $100 to replace it all. So we're going to keep going. We got to get these lines up here broke free so we can drop the gas tank down. And once we get that done, we'll clean it all up, call it a night. We got the gas tank out. That's all we can do for today. We need to order some parts. Just told you we're going to refresh that whole fuel system. There's just no point in putting this crap back. It's absolutely disgusting. It'll probably run like shit. So we're going to go ahead and change this out, get everything cleaned up the way we did on front with the motor. You know, how can you clean up a motor like that and then leave this? It just doesn't make any sense. So we're going to get this cleaned up. Hopefully next week we'll get it taken care of. We'll have some fresh parts here ready to go. But please be sure to leave a comment, like it, subscribe. Let us know what you want us to do, and we'll be sure to kind of leave a list in the comments of what's coming up for us in terms of projects and places, and maybe even some wheeling trips. You know, we're itching to get out on the trails. It's warming up here. Hopefully it's not a real wet one because we hate mud. So we'll talk to you guys later, and see you next week.